In today's video, I'm heading to Maine, surviving off of only what I can catch and forage for the next 24 hours. I'm bringing no food and I'm bringing no water, and I have to cover my shelter, food, water, and fire, all with a $100 Walmart budget. Last night I was on Walmart's website trying to figure out what I could get and get a rough idea on how much everything was gonna cost. So I have a general idea on what I'm getting when I go to Walmart, but let's head over there and get geared up. Alright, so I had to voice this over because Walmart was playing copyright music in the background, but ended up getting my $30 tent here, Ozark Trail, $20 sleeping bag, my life straw for water, was gonna get matches but ended up getting a lighter because it ended up being cheaper, a multi-tool, a fishing rod. This was the best I could do, a little bit more than I wanted to spend, and it's only a little kid's rod, but it'll do for the creek fishing that I'll be doing. A bag to carry all my equipment, a set of hooks, and a second set of hooks just in case. Better safe than sorry. Some weights. And a jug of water. I ended up dumping this out so I can use the jug to collect my water at the creeks. Alright, got all the equipment. So, they didn't have the tent that I wanted. I had to get a little bit more expensive tent. Same with the sleeping bag. But I saved a little bit on the life straw. The matches I was gonna get, I switched over to a lighter because it was even cheaper. And unfortunately, I couldn't get anything for hunting. Seems like I'm gonna be predominantly going after fish. So let's head up to Maine and let's go get camp set up. All right, so Jasmine and I have made it up here. The bugs are pretty bad. Gonna have to live with it, I suppose. So, just gonna get everything organized, get all packed into my little bag that I've got. Then I'm gonna head up into the woods and get camp set up. Alright, well, I guess here's as good a spot as any. Just gonna clear some of these sticks, get our tent set up. For a better view of the tent that I got, it's one of the Ozark Trail tents. It was 30 bucks. A little bit more than I wanted to spend on the tent. The one that I saw online was 25, but it was the cheapest one that they had there. So this is what I went with. So hopefully it's easy to set up. Well, alright, it doesn't look great. I think I put the top on upside down. I think that black piece in the front is supposed to be on the underside. But whatever. I don't think it's supposed to rain much, if at all. The inside of the tent doesn't really seem to flatten out entirely. It's all bubbly, even though the posts are fully stretched out all the way. I don't know why that is. Well, I do know why that is. It's because it's a $30 tent. But alright, let me get my sleeping bag in here. I don't have a pillow, but I have a solution to that. So let's see what the sleeping bag's like at least. This is the one that I got here. It's a 35-degree cool weather sleeping bag. I was gonna get one that's for the summer, but I couldn't find one that was under like 50 bucks. So this one's the best that I could do. That's alright. If I have to sleep on top of it, I sleep on top of it. It's no big deal. Just hoping it's big enough for both Jasmine and I, otherwise it's gonna be a little cramped. Alright, well, I might have to sleep sideways. I think it's too long for how wide this tent is. But it'll have to do. So this is where I plan on setting up the campfire. So I have to remove all these leaves. So I figured I might as well take the bag that the sleeping bag was in and fill it with a bunch of these leaves, and that'll be my pillow. I don't know how comfortable it'll be, but it'll be better than having my head just sitting there on the floor. So. Well, it's gonna be loud, but it's comfortable. Okay, well, it's still a bit early and still really hot out, so I think I'm gonna at least get the leaves cleared out for where I'm gonna have my fire and possibly start looking for some rocks to make a perimeter around it. Maybe even get some firewood and stacked up next to it. But as you guys probably noticed when I went to Walmart, I didn't get any bait or lures. I didn't see any lures there that would have worked for the fish that I'm gonna be going after. I'm gonna be mostly going after trout, creek chubs, and smallmouth bass in rivers and small creeks. So those big lures won't cut it, especially for the trout. I need something real small for that. So I'm probably gonna have to go hunting for some bait, some worms, grasshoppers, crickets, beetles, something of that sort. I have an idea on where I can possibly find some grasshoppers, maybe some worms as well. But if there's any big dead wood around, which there is some up that way, and there's gonna be dead wood everywhere in here, I'll check them to see if I can find any grubs or something of that sort too. That'll be better for holding the rocks. All right, so got the campfire all set up, got my pile of wood, the box that the tent came in, and have my shelter all set up. So I'm gonna start going out, flipping over logs, seeing if I can find any grubs, and head out to a little field that I know to see if I can find any grasshoppers too. Gotta get some bait so I can catch some dinner. Salamander. I don't want to use that if I don't have to. Right next to the car. A nice flat rock for cooking on. That could be useful. Also, I do have a couple sandwich bags. I wasn't gonna put these little bait critters just as is in one of the pockets. That would be gross. I just spooked that little deer down that way when I was checking for grasshoppers. There are no grasshoppers out here, by the way. Seems like they are, I don't know. Seems like they're just not here, because they were here when I was turkey hunting a couple months ago, but they're gone now. But I spooked that little fawn and he ran up here and, well, I guess he decided to go off that cliff right there. But he's alright. He took off. Oh, I just saw a grasshopper. Hold on. Well, I've got one anyway. Alright, well, so I did end up finding them. They were all up top here. I don't know if you can see in there, but I got about 15 grasshoppers in there. One snail, 2 little beetles, and a bunch of eggs. That's something that was in one of those downed logs. But all the eggs are falling apart, so I don't think I'm going to be using those. But the grasshoppers should be great bait. So I think I'm going to head to a creek that has brook trout in it, and possibly some creek chubs as well. So let's head over to that creek, see what we can catch. All right, I'm gonna go fishing first, but I just discovered all of these ripe raspberries. This whole area right here is all raspberries. So I'm gonna pick a couple now and snack on them, and I'm gonna come back here later after I catch the fish to harvest even more of these. All right, on to the trout fishing. All right, made it to the creek. Just gonna get a grasshopper on the hook, head down there, and hopefully I can catch some fish. I'll fill up my water bottle at the end, see what we can do. That one doesn't look very big. I'm gonna move down the line. Looks shallow all the way up there. I'm gonna move downstream more. It's a beaver. All right, well, the whole rest of the way down that way is incredibly shallow, and there's no beaver dams to deepen the water, so I'm heading back upstream. Oh my God, I lost the bag. Fell out of my pocket. God damn it. A worm. No way. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Oh, I think it's too small though. Definitely is. It might just be legal, but I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. I'll send him home. First brookie. Oh good, at least I caught something. This has been painful. Well, no fish. Well, caught that one that was questionable on whether or not it was legal or not, but I let it go just in case, and I don't know, I can't find any more bait, so I think I'm just gonna call it there for the night. I did pass another raspberry patch on my way down here, so I think I'm just gonna stop there and consume as many of them as I can, and then head back to camp. I do gotta fill my water jug first though, so let's do that and go eat some raspberries for dinner. I think the filter to my other life straw is a little clogged up because this one is way easier to suck on than the other one. Now, this will be plenty of water until the morning. I think I'm going to be heading to a different river tomorrow morning. It's all part of the same system, but it's much further downstream, so it's a lot wider, deeper water, faster moving current. And there's not usually any trout in there this time of year. It's usually just fall fish and smallmouth bass, but fall fish are a lot less skittish and easier to catch than the trout. And after getting my butt whooped this afternoon, I would like to have something to eat tomorrow morning. But alright, time to go find those raspberries. These ones are a lot bigger than the ones in the other field. Alright, I picked practically every ripe berry out of this patch that I could find. Wasn't much, but it's something to hold me over for the night. But with that, it's time to head back to camp, and I guess just head to bed, unless I find a porcupine along the way. Go. 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 All right, see you all in the morning. Hi, good morning. All right, well, had a visitor last night at like 3 a.m. Sounded like a deer. It was right outside the tent. I tried to get the camera on it, but you couldn't see it through the mesh here. It wasn't terribly uncomfortable, but it wasn't super comfortable either. Especially this pillow, it kind of flattened out halfway through the night. Had to keep refluffing it, but nice calm morning out there. Get up and let Jazz do her thing. Then I guess I'll have to go find some more bait to hopefully catch some breakfast. Alright, well, after about 10-15 minutes of searching, I only found one worm, so I think I'm going to head back up to the field that I was catching the grasshoppers yesterday and hope they're awake, because I don't want to rely on one worm to catch me breakfast. Alright, so I've got about a half dozen here. 2 nice big ones and 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 littler ones, along with a little cockroach. So hopefully that's enough to catch something. All I really have to do is catch one fish, and then I can use that fish as bait, at least its guts and tail and whatnot. I should be able to make it happen with this. But let's head to the river and see if I can catch me some breakfast. Alright, so we've made it. Water level's a lot lower than the last time I was here, which might be a good thing. Might condense the fish a little bit more to make it easier for me to catch them. But let me get set up, and let's get to fishing. There we go. Come on, come on. Please. Smallie. Come on. Please, 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 please. Yes! Yes. All right. It's not much, but it's something. Let me get back up here before I start talking. It's very steep. There we go. All right. Yes. I don't know how big it is. 10 inches maybe. 10, 11 inches. Hey, fall fish. I'd say a medium-sized one, but it'll eat. All right, that one's a little smaller. I'm gonna let this one go. That was crazy. Something just attacked a fawn over in that clearing over there. Now I could see the doe running around stomping her feet, chasing something around, but I couldn't tell what it was that she was chasing. It didn't sound quite as big as the doe, so I wonder if it was a coyote or bobcat or something. Could have been a bear, I have no idea. There are some bears in this area, just not that many. But I think if I had to guess, it would probably be a coyote. But I have no idea if the fawn made it out of that situation or what, because I didn't see it. Heard it screaming and that was pretty much it. Anyway, let's get back to fishing. Hopefully we can catch something else. From way up top. All right. I think this fall fish is a little bigger than the last. Yeah, what's that, Jesse? Is a fish? That's a fish. Sweet. All right, I would call that good for breakfast, lunch. All right, well, we got food. 2 fall fish and a smallmouth bass, so there should be plenty to hold me over through to the end. I might go foraging for some more berries on the way, but I'm gonna get these fish cleaned. See you guys at the campfire. I was just walking down the road here to check one of my trail cameras that I set out here during turkey season, and I found a patch of low bush blueberries that actually have ripe berries on them. There were a couple other patches up that way and they didn't have any ripe ones on them. So I'm surprised that this is like this. But I'm gonna take advantage and snack on these for a bit. All right, yeah, a lot of them are close to ripe, but not entirely ripe, so they're a little sour. But I picked as many of them as I could find. Didn't really get that many, maybe 50 of them total, if that, not even. But a nice little kick to keep me going. But anyway, gonna head on, check that trail camera, then it's time to head back to camp and cook those fish. Alright, that took a lot longer to cook than I thought it was going to, but should be done now. It was on there for probably half hour, even longer than that. Oh yeah, well done. Hear Jasmine's tail next to me? Sorry, Jazz. This is a very bland fish. It has like no flavor at all. It's so gritty too. I don't know why it's so gritty. It must have gotten a bunch of sand in it from something. The stone, I wonder? I don't know. Alright, well, that's it for the bass. Now just gonna wait for the 2 little fall fish, and I guess it's gonna be time to start packing up. Cooking these fish has taken a lot longer than I expected, so I'm not gonna have time to go and try to catch another fish, so yeah, I'll just wait for these 2 fish to be done. Oh no. Oh. Well, I burnt one of them to the rock. Oops. My final little snack, I've way overcooked it. It's so dry. It's almost like jerky. Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry. It doesn't taste bad, it just doesn't really taste like anything. I just don't like the texture of it. It's not flaky, it's real mushy. Alright, well, that's it. So if I learned anything from this, is that if I do it again, make sure I invest some of that money into bait or lures. Because such a drastic amount of my time that I was out here was spent searching for bait and relatively being unsuccessful at it, because I did find grasshoppers, but I didn't find very many big ones, and they had a tendency to fall off the hook if they got caught up in any grass or a stick or anything for that matter. And if a fish did go to bite at them, they would fall off on the first strike, and if I didn't have it on the hook, then I lost the bait. Tent was okay, not super comfortable, but I definitely could imagine it being a lot worse, so. Alright, well, I'm just gonna pack up camp now, get the fire put out, and with that, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.